everybody, MDpolo here at Range USA in Carmel, Indiana. And today I've got the Glock 34 Gen 5 MOS, and I've got the C. Lee Bear mounted on top. It's got astigmatism relief, which is very good for me because I have a problem with some red dots about that. I've got 19 rounds with a Terran Tactical base plate. And today we continue to test the Vitalis Precision 125 grain. So it's defensive ammo. I hope this is coming through okay. And it's made here in Indiana, and it is a veteran-owned company. So I like what I see so far, and I want to thank him for sending the ammo for the test. So we're about 10 yards out, and when we go to the tabletop, I'll let you know why I'm doing a video on the Glock 34 Gen 5 MOS. We're about 10 yards out, and let's see how we do. It would help if I put my ears on. Wow, what a rookie mistake, good Lord. There we go. Well, all right, we're empty. That was 19 shots. Boy, that was a rookie mistake with a ear pro. And you know, in all the time I've been shooting, that's the first time I do that. All right, let's turn you around. Not the best shooting, but it's early-ish in the morning. I'm by myself here at Range USA, and I kind of blew it all over the place here, so that's on me. And but not bad grouping right there. It also has the new extra heavy, you'll see it, maybe you can see it there. Remember, I'm by myself at the range. Extra heavy guide rod by ZR Tactical, and we'll take a look in the tabletop as well. But the ammunition so far has been good, and continue to test it. But they give you a lot of information in the box as well, as far as the performance of it, how it was tested, when it was tested, and like I said, veteran-owned company. So give him a look if you can. So now we're going to go to the tabletop. And we're back from the range. So as you saw, it was not my best outing, but nonetheless, day at the range is better than no day at the range. And the reason I decided to make a video on my Glock 34 Gen 5 MOS is because I got several messages by viewers asking me, what is your pistol of choice for home defense? What's actually on your nightstand for self-defense? And this is it. It's my Glock 34 Gen 5 MOS. Now, of course, being a Glock 34 Gen 5, and I'm going to give you some details because maybe not everybody watching knows what a Glock 34 is. This is the 5th generation MOS, meaning you can mount an optic on it without having to have the slide cut. And it comes with 4 plates. We'll go through all that. But its caliber is 9mm. It's a striker fired and with a 5.31 inch barrel with a 17+1 capacity. Comes with 3 mags, but also it can accept any Glock mag of 17 plus capacity. It weighs only 33.3 ounces loaded with full 17 rounds loaded into the mag. They're either made in Austria or they're made in the US. And normally it has an MSRP of $899, but the local prices are going to be substantially lower. You're probably going to find them anywhere in the mid to low 700s. And for YouTube, no, I'm not selling guns. I'm not promoting any particular gun shop. And anything you see on this gun is because it was made from the factory to accept the things you see on it. Okay? So the gun itself has not been modified to accept anything. Now, it has a really good reputation. It was made for competition. This was Glock's introduction into the competition world, if you will, after the 17L. The 17L was a little bit larger than really some of the organized competitions would accept. And so they came up with a 34. And it quickly became the gun of choice of many competitive shooters. It was introduced in 1988, and it looked quite a little bit different than it does now. It went through some generations where it had finger grooves, and then Glock did an incredible innovation and they removed the finger grooves, and that's Glock innovation for you sometimes. Just, we added finger grooves, we deleted them. We added slide serrations, we should have had them years ago. But that's Glock. But this has been around since 1988, and some of the other versions, if you've seen them, they had a big window cut right here to reduce the weight of the slide. Letting you look around. Now the slide itself is 8.15 inches long, and it's got NDLC coating on it, so very resistant, very good finish. And for the size, you know, the slide is about 8 inches long, about 8.1 inches long, but it's only 1 inch thick, 1 inch wide. So it's a bigger gun, but it's kind of thin. It's got not a big, huge profile, and that's really good. The one thing about it is that, of course, it came with the Glock plastic sights. Oops, not liking the focus there. And the rear sight is also plastic, but it's adjustable. Yay. You can see the screws right there. You can adjust windage and elevation back here. And it does have the MOS mounting system on it. Some people like it, some people hate it. I haven't had any bad experience with it. It has never failed for me, but if you can get metal plates, that's always better, right? But so it's got the RMR plate here, the RMR footprint, and it's got the Sealy Bear optic on it. And it's an enclosed emitter, as you can see here, with external battery. We'll go through that. But this has been very good, very reliable for me. Just letting you look around. And yes, this has been safety checked before the video. As the rest of the whole frame is polymer, as Glocks always are. And like I mentioned earlier, the removal of the finger grooves for the 5th generation. But also in this one, they removed the half moon cut that appeared in the early generations of the Gen5. I was not a fan of it. I'm very glad. It's got a bit of a flare, as you can see here. I'm not sure I can call it a magwell, but a little bit of a magwell. So that not only aids in the reloading, but I like the way it feels. It gives you a bit more security when you're holding the gun, and it kind of pinches your fingers together. So I like that. And in the front, you don't have a Picatinny rail, but you've got a single slot accessory rail. It is the Glock accessory rail. Just take a look at it as we do this. As with other Gen 5s, it does have back straps that give you different sizes. So they got, I believe, a medium and a large back strap. The large back strap has an extended beaver tail for those of you with really large hands. Coming back to the MOS system, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but it comes with 4 plates. So you can mount most of your optics. And I like that. I don't like it when Walther gives you a QR code that you need to scan and then wait a couple of weeks for your plate. So it's, when you do that to me, they're optics capable, they're not optics ready, because you can't mount it right away. You have to wait for your plate to arrive. Now looking at the barrel is a 5.31 inch, and this is the Gen 5. It's the Marksman barrel. It's got polygonal rifling and an improved barrel crown. Not sure if that's coming through. And I always stumble. I always have a really, really hard time with that word. Polygonal. Another feature of the Gen 5 is got extended mag. Pointing at the wrong thing. Got the extended mag release, and it works really well. It's a bit textured and rounded right here at the end. So I liked it. I like it. They did a good job with it. And it's not ambi, but it's swappable. What is ambi is the slide lock, the slide catch. It's right here. Now for me, the way I hold the gun, this has I have a tendency to ride that with my thumb, so it doesn't always lock open for me, but yeah, it is what it is. The trigger on this comes in exactly, in this particular sample, comes in exactly at 5 pounds. And I do have the trigger gauge, and comes in at 5 pounds on a 5-pull average. It's got your safety dingies here, like all Glocks. You defeat the safety blade right here. And it's got the typical Glock reset, which is very audible and tactile. Now what I like about this is that at least this one, this Gen 5, has one of the best Glock triggers. Stock. Everything's stock in this gun on the internals. It's got a very, very decent trigger, especially for a Glock. So I like it. I really like it. So what's on this thing? Well, I already told you it's got the CLE Bear. Now how many do I have now? I have about 3 or 4 CLE optics in different guns. And I've had them for close to a year now. And not one has failed me. Zero issues. I've been very happy with them. I have them on my home defense gun, and I also have it on my Glock 48 that I use for my carry gun. The only thing that disappointed me, can't speak English today, a bit, is that I did use a coin to remove the battery. It's got the side-mounted battery here, and I only did it once, and I don't know if you can tell, but the finish started to come off just by one time trying to, removing the battery. And it's not like I was banging all over the place. You can see it there. But other than that, it's held zero perfectly. I've had no issues whatsoever. Love these things. Also, I have some issues with my eyes, and with these optics, it's much less of an issue. Let's put it that way. Okay, so I like them. I really do. And for the price under $200, and again, YouTube, I'm not selling anything. I'm giving information for education purposes. For that price under $200, you get a dot, a close emitter dot that is got, it's a 3 MOA dot. The battery life is 500,000 hours. It's got shake away, IPX7 waterproof rating. It's got, it's parallax free, and I mean, all that for the value, and again, for something that has been very, very reliable. And also for a light, and this is again because this is a self-defense gun at home, I have a light on it. It's a Streamlight TLR1HL, and it's very bright and it works very well. And I think it balances the gun. Then at the bottom for the mag, I've got, these are the regular 17 round Glock mags, and it's got the Terran Tactical Innovations aluminum base +2 base pad. So now we've got 19 + 1 with a light with a red dot. So the other thing that I wanted to show you is, let me do this off camera so YouTube doesn't freak out. So the guide rod. from ZR Tactical Solutions. They're out of Noblesville, Indiana. And this is the regular Glock guide rod that came with a 34. And with a guide rod from ZR Tactical, they call it the Ultra Mass guide rod. You see the difference? It's uncaptured, and I'm not sure if it's coming through, but the size and the thickness of the steel, and it just gives it such a smooth glide when you fire the 34. I also have it in my Walthers, and it makes a huge difference. Solid steel, worth every penny. Let me put it back together. Give me a second, please. So everything's live. I don't do second takes. I don't do anything that requires editing, because to be frank with you, I don't know how to do all that stuff. All right, thank you for your patience with that, but now we're set, we're ready to go. And there you can see how thick and heavy that guide rod is. So very nice. And that's my setup with a +2. And that's my home defense setup right there. Now, what do I like about this so much? I like it's got the Glock reliability, it's got the availability of parts, the ease of maintenance. I mean, I'm not an expert in pulling guns apart and all that, but I can tear it completely down and clean it up, put it back together, and make sure that everything is in safe and reliable working order. Also, let's see, what else do I like about it? It's very well balanced, and it's a very smooth shooter, especially with that guide rod from ZR. And it's got a vastly improved trigger over other generations, and I really like that. What don't I like about it? Well, it's a gun that was designed for competition and has the MOS system for optics. I don't like the plastic plates. Like I said earlier, they haven't failed me, but I would rather have metal plates. I'd rather pay a little bit more for it. And also, they give us still these crappy sights, knowing that we're going to put a red dot on it, or at least most people are going to put a red dot on it. They give us this crappy plastic sights. Now, without the optic, the red dot, they work. Can you make them work? Yes. But still, come on, Glock. And like I said earlier, the other thing I don't like is the polymer mounting plates. But other than that, I really like shooting this Glock 34 Gen 5. Like I said, it's well balanced, accurate, reliable, and it's got a decent trigger. Together with a Sealy optic, the red dot, I'm very proficient with it. I'm very confident in it. And that is the reason this is my nightstand gun. So that's all I got for you today. I would love to hear your comments. What's on your nightstand? Or what do you think about my setup here? Would you change anything? Are you happy with what I have here? I know it's my choice, but I still would like to know what your thoughts are on this. So please remember to leave your comments below. Also, remember that I upload videos every Friday morning, and when I can, on Wednesday mornings as well. And I'm posting also on Instagram, and my videos get automatically uploaded to Rumble. And so you can check me there, Instagram, Rumble, also on X. You can find some of my postings there on X as well. So as always, thank you so much for stopping by. And until the next time, God bless.